I was gonna do this in my YouTuber voice, but I can't. Now that I've thought about it, I can't do it.
Psyched yourself out.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Idiots with Mics podcast. I'm your host, the man of 1,004 names, Tyrell YouTube voice. Hit that follow button, like, comment, subscribe. If this video gets 10 likes, we're gonna go to the moon. I don't know, something like that. I'm your host, the man of 1,000.
Love it. Love everything about it.
1,004 names, Tyrell YouTube voice. Follow me on Twitter at 1,004 names.
And I'm Faith. You can find me on Twitter at Carly Pilkers.
We are without Killer Greg today. Unfortunately, he's a bit too busy with working and making money and
responsibilities.
You should be on here drinking with us.
Amen. Cheers.
Oh, so it's another week down. The week of... I don't know about you. I know we're on, what, like phase 4 of opening things up again, but I'm not going fucking anywhere.
No.
No.
And I was hoping that by the time we reached phase 4, that the allure of going to the grocery store would die down because other things were open, but that has not been the case at all. 4th of July... just happened, and that's always a nightmare. But usually after a holiday, there's a sweet lull for at least a couple days. And that has not been the case at all. All I see is unemployment and people don't have any money, but I don't know where those people are because all I'm seeing is fucking customers just splashing out their cash at the damn grocery store, buying this, that, and whatever. I don't get it.
People don't realize that when opening up phases, it's supposed to be like, well, we learned how to behave.
Right.
So, you keep your social distancing, you keep on wearing your masks, you go on out there, and yeah, you can jump out there and have a little, have a little bite out to eat with your friends and family, maybe have a few people over for a barbecue. Just be safe and social distance and you'll be good to go. Not like, oh, guess what? It's 2013 again, everybody, woo!
Right. One of my coworkers actually said that some of her family in Houston went to a pool party or something, and like 4 of her family members now have COVID.
They were having COVID parties, and it's just exponential numbers. I wanted to go down and visit my parents in Florida, but shit, even where we live in the county we're in, we have 9 new cases, and they all came from Florida.
Yeah, I'm terrified for your parents right now. Because Florida seems to be the absolute capital of we refuse to exercise any common sense.
Yeah, it's not fantastic.
No.
Oh, boy.
Terrifying.
But yeah, everything's...
phase 4! Woo! We did it!
And now with... I hate opening up the show with just such a... I guess this is just our COVID recap for the week.
Sure.
So many stores and bars and stuff were opening again, and now they're having to shut back down.
Yeah. Which
is going to cause a lot of them to probably end up going bankrupt, because they had to rehire all their staff back, get everything ready to reopen, reorder in all their stock.
Right.
And now shutting everything down, all that stuff's going to go bad, and that they're out so much profit at that point. It's like, man,
sure. I've seen a lot of really gross videos of farmers burying their crops because they have no one to sell them to. Just perfectly good food going to waste.
Yeah, what are you going to do with it, It's a shame.
It's so egregious, and I fucking hate it. This whole experience has cast a light on so many terrible injustices.
It's been just a real fucker of a year.
Yeah. Like when you see the fucking yoga bubbles for, privileged white women. Meanwhile, they're just, like, chalking out spaces for homeless people to sleep in Las Vegas. It's fucking bananas.
Well,
and I hate it.
They shouldn't have hit on 17. That's their fault.
I like to call it lost wages.
Oh, you crabby man, you.
Hi, Squidly Diddly.
And now we've got, I think there's cases of bubonic plague coming out of China. So that's...
Well,
there's bubonic
weirdly...
plague.
Go ahead.
Oh, and a new H1N1 pig flu.
That I saw, yeah. And there's also a more aggressive COVID that they've started tracking from San Antonio.
Oh, good.
But the weird thing about bubonic plague, I guess we will have cases of that in this country pretty randomly and periodically, just because people will do dumb shit like try to keep a prairie dog as a pet. So I guess that's not that weird. I thought that we had completely eradicated the bubonic plague, but I guess people insist on doing dumb shit, so it crops up randomly here and there. But we can treat it now.
That doesn't sound like people to me. People are a very kind... I can't even get through it now. No.
It is shocking. It is shocking we've survived as a species.
We're just...
goddamn.
Maybe without... And I wish Greg was here for this. Maybe we'll have to ask him when he gets around. Like, do you believe that people are morally, like, inherently good or inherently evil?
I think people... I don't know if I believe in good and evil in those terms. I think I believe in survival, and I believe in... I don't know, I guess empathy?
Well, okay, do you believe people are like inherently selfish or selfless? Or is it just nature versus nurture type sitch?
Probably selfish if I had to come down on one side or the other. Just seeing how many people are shouting at random strangers about not wanting to wear a mask because it infringes upon their freedom. You're fucking kidding me?
So Greg says
Just
people are...
fucking mask.
Greg has typed in the chat, I think people are inherently self-serving. How you view that determines whether you think they're good or evil. Yeah.
That's a good answer.
It's a real cop-out, Greg.
No, it's a good answer.
I know, it's a good answer.
There are no absolutes. I agree with that. I mean, unless you're talking about real fucking monsters, but when it comes to, like, standard people... I don't know that I believe in good and evil.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just thinking, like, man, we're just having a real light episode today, and I immediately just start off with, like, yeah, COVID's killing all of us, let's talk about good and evil.
Yeah, there's no such thing.
Yeah.
No such thing as lighthearted anymore.
But I think we're going to be okay. Because, I called it years ago when I said Kanye Bianchini 2024. That was my ticket. Greg and Kanye running for president, and maybe Greg can still make his VP, but Kanye West has announced he is running for president, though he has not filled out any paperwork or anything.
Oh, he's done nothing official. He's literally just said, "I'm running for president."
Yeah. I've declared bankruptcy.
Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly what he's done. You can write in whoever you want, I guess. You can vote for Snagglepuss if the spirit moves you, but
I do every year.
Unless.
Highly illegally, because I'm not even an official U.S. citizen. So.
Right.
I'm breaking a lot of laws. This is all satire. This is not something that actually happens. Just putting it out there.
How great would that be, though? I love that energy. He hasn't actually officially done anything, so we'll see where that goes. I think he's missed the deadline to be on the ballot in a lot of places, so I don't know if it'll actually amount to anything.
Yeah, but
it's fun to talk about, though.
You can still run independently, though. I mean...
Sure. And you can write in whoever the hell you want. So,
I've seen so many people like Kanye should be doing this. He's just going to split the vote between the Democrats, and that's going to vote for anybody but Biden is a vote for Trump. And it's like, listen, Biden people, a vote for anybody but Kanye is a vote for Trump. Okay, Kanye,
right?
He's the one we should be focusing on.
That's so insulting because it assumes that anyone who's against Trump is willing to support Biden, which is patently false. It doesn't make any sense.
It's just,
and one vote is just that, one vote. And I'm really tired of trying to work in a system where I have to vote against someone opposed to getting to vote for someone.
I need you to vote for the grapist I want you to vote for, instead of voting for the grapist that I don't like.
Pretty much, the grapist with cognitive deficiencies. Neither of those two are fit to run a shoe store, let alone the country, but whatever.
Biden 2020, we're gonna make America something again.
Yeah, and that's another thing. He has zero platform at all. His platform is, hey, I used to know Obama. Remember that?
Remember how cool we were together?
Right?
We were taking Air Force One and like doing flybys and stuff. That was awesome.
High fives all over the place.
I'm gonna talk about how kids used to touch my leg hair in pools. Wait, hold on. No, let's reel that one back.
No thanks, Uncle Gropey.
No. Oh, God. Oh. But yeah, man.
I will literally vote for anyone but those two. So, you know what? If Kanye wants to throw his hat in the ring, more power to him.
Kanye, Paris Hilton, 2020.
Whatever. Yeah, really. I've given up all hope on electoral politics, so...
At least when it was, like, politicians, I'd be like, well, these are their policies. I can see this. They've done this in their career. They've gone through here. Like, fuck,
they were just more effectively creating the ruse. Now the ruse is gone.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it's just, like, back when, even, like, McCain and, like, Obama and Palin and all those guys, it's like, well, we can see what they've been for, what they've been against. It's like, what has Kanye done except for, like, spit hot fire, you know? Like, and I guess that's good enough for me at that point.
He's designed really shitty shoes.
Kanye Musk. Oh, God.
I've always voted third party ever since I could vote because I always knew it was a goddamn sham. And the only way to take any power back would be to establish a third party.
I remember back in my, I think, like, God, this is going to tell people how old I am. In my, like, probably 3rd or 4th grade class. Or no, maybe it had to be 6th grade, I believe.
Okay.
We were doing, it was somewhere in there, like early middle school, whatever.
Sure.
We were talking about the election that was coming up. And we all had to, like, oh, make a sign for the candidate you want to and rally for them. I was really, really trying to get people to vote for Ross Perot.
Nice.
Like, it's like, oh yeah, that eccentric little big-eared man. Oh yeah, come on, give this guy a chance. Let's see.
He had weird energy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All about it. Right on.
Oh man.
Love it.
But I mean, you know, I don't usually like to talk politics, so.
Sure, but it's kind of hard not to.
It's just where we are right now, especially when we got crazy shit like Kanye and fucking.
Sure.
Oh.
We're living in a goddamn parody, so it's hard not to.
We need to reset the simulation. I feel like that Large Hadron Collider really fucked things up somehow. Just like...
There must be something we can trace it back to. Maybe that's it.
Something's off kilter.
Yeah.
The reality is not where it should be.
Wally fucking up the timeline again. I'm sure it was that son of a bitch.
It's like
or Barry. Anyone with access to the Speed Force. I don't know.
God damn it, Barry.
Right? You son of a bitch.
Have you seen the there's like they're a little bit older memes, but it's, like all the bad things that Reverse Flash did, like all the bad things that ever happened in Barry's life were the Reverse Flash doing it. And the guy who...
Oh, but that sounds great.
So the guy who actually voiced the Reverse Flash in like the DC Comics started voicing over some of them. It's just like, remember Barry, when you were making out with your first girlfriend, and right as she touched your leg, you came, That was me, Barry. I used the Speed Force and I jerked you off right to completion right as she touched your leg. I'm the reason you came in your pants, Barry.
That's good shit.
It's
I would love to think that I would be above that sort of thing if I were a supervillain, but fuck no. I would do that all the time.
Absolutely.
I would only use my powers for that sort of bullshit. It's a good thing I don't have powers.
I don't want to be mega evil. I just want to be real petty.
Absolutely. I would be petty as fuck. And I would revel in that shit.
Oh.
Good times.
Absolutely. But yeah, it's I'll link some stuff on our Idiots with Mike at Ultra Cool Idiots on Twitter. Some of the fun posts that I've seen for that. It's good stuff.
It is good stuff. I know someone's to blame. May as well be him.
Fucking Reverse Flash. Remember when you voted for Kanye West, Barry? It was me! I was Kanye West the whole time!
It's good grift.
Yeah. So have you done anything fun this week? Fun or exciting?
I got through season 4 of The Magicians, and I was bummed to find that season 5 was not on Netflix yet. So now I'm kind of in limbo. I did start listening to some of Dan Cummins' Time Suck, which is a really good podcast, but it took a lot of getting used to, because I'm used to, like, 3 dudes talking to each other.
Yeah.
But it is really good. I had tickets to see him last year, but I couldn't get to the show. So I'm kind of trying to reclaim some of that, I guess. And it's really enjoyable.
Nice. I imagine Magicians will be on Netflix soon-ish.
So
I know the final season just finished up a few months ago. And I guess you're not missing much.
A lot of unresolved feelings.
I didn't watch it. The wife did.
No. Okay.
Because I was just real bummed at the end of season 4. I was like, you know what?
Yeah. Like so much. I cried big girl tears. I wept bitterly at the end of season 4. So get it.
Season 4 was so good.
Yeah, it was. Season 3 was really good too.
Yeah, they really came into their own those last 2 seasons.
That show really evolved into some. Like, I was skeptical at first, but because I didn't really feel any kind of attachment to any of the characters, but I stuck in there, and it really made it worth my while, for sure.
I enjoyed the it's like, ooh, this is just like, ooh, sexy Harry Potter. They have magic, but they're all fucking. It's like, oh, this is actually really interesting with the way they built their magic system and. You know, the idea of fillery and fun stuff like that. It's a good show.
It is a good show. I would definitely recommend. Thank you for the recommendation.
Yeah, check it out. It's on Netflix. Free on Netflix.
But yeah, other than that, not a whole lot. Watching a lot of DC Universe animation.
Nice.
Yeah. That's something Josh and I can agree on. So
I just can't get into another streaming service at this point.
Right. Well, we paid for the whole year, so I at least want to crank out, Batman animated series. I'm enjoying rewatching that again, and I want to get through Constantine and Swamp Thing because I haven't seen either of those. And I understand Constantine is actually pretty good. So I don't know anything about Swamp Thing. I have no idea because I don't know anyone who's seen it. But I'm looking forward to seeing that one too, so I at least want to crank through those.
I know they're putting a lot of stuff on HBO Max. Do you think after, like, the yearly subscriptions and stuff are done, they'll just kind of be axing the DC Universe platform, or just moving,
I'd be surprised.
Yeah. I know it didn't take off.
They've offered, for just $7 more, you can add HBO Max or whatever, so I'm sure they'll combine the two.
Just merge them.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
I know there's a bunch of stuff of the DC stuff on HBO Max, so.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff on the app, but I don't know if it has, like, a broad appeal, honestly. So.
Part of me would just be into it just for the ability to read comics on, like.
That is super cool, yeah.
Tablet and PC and stuff. We are not sponsored
Right.
by these things. These are just things we are talking about.
Sure,
Although if you want to throw us a couple subscriptions,
All right.
I'd be down for that. Yeah, like I haven't started. I have Doom Patrol on my stuff to watch. Have you seen Doom Patrol yet?
The only bit of Doom Patrol I've seen, there was like a crossover episode with the Teen Titans and Doom Patrol, so that was the only little bit that I caught. I haven't actually seen the show itself though.
All right. There's just some weird stuff out there.
There's a lot of stuff on there, but I don't know if it has broad appeal.
I was put off by not the Just Sleep, but the Teen Titans show they did when they showed the first trailer, and Robin's all like, "Fuck Batman." It was like, oh
yeah,
now we're doing this, huh? We're just doing real edgy with it. And everyone's dressed like they're doing real shit cosplay. All right.
Yeah, it's definitely not my favorite iteration of the Teen Titans, but it's not terrible. I like my Teen Titans. I like Teen Titans Go. That's really super fun. Or the original Teen Titans cartoon, where it's kind of fun and kind of weird, but it's also kind of serious.
Yeah, the OG Teen Titans cartoon is real good.
Yeah. So this one is, I don't know, probably a little too melodramatic, but it's not the worst thing I've seen.
It's all in the Snyderverse. Have you seen him on Twitter lately, like bad mouthing Shazam? Just being like,
no.
It's like the scene where Shazam's in like the toy store, he's being chased by what's his face. He's just like throwing stuff at him because he's freaking out because he's a kid. He's just like, stop, leave me alone. And Snyder's like, how can anybody watch this and think it's acceptable? It's like, motherfucker, you killed off Jimmy Olsen for no reason.
He's got the brain of a kid. I think that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
That adds up to me. That's good storytelling. Why would he immediately just become like a fully functional superhero?
And the way I understand it, even in things like Justice League Dark, when everything's like really heavy and like crazy, Shazam's still running around being like, "Ha ha! Yeah, I'm still a cool kid. This is great."
He's immature.
Yeah.
And why would he be mature? He's a child.
He's just brooding on a rooftop with a lollipop in his mouth, like.
Right? Like, we were all raised by Batman, okay? We're just different, that's all.
See how the S in my symbol swerves? It's because it's like a river. And that river is darkness. It's like, no, what?
For fuck's sake.
Fucking Snyder.
I thought Shazam was like a breath of fresh air in the DC universe.
Oh, yeah.
Because it didn't take itself so seriously, and there was still good character development, and it actually fit the fucking comic book character. That was really nice.
It's fun.
Yeah. It was wholesome. And yeah, just an enjoyable watch. Not everything needs to be a fucking depressing nightmare.
So speaking of Harley Quinn and the Emancipation Birds of Prey, I guess they have axed the rumor is they've axed the Harley Quinn sequel, which
good.
Darn.
Yeah.
Just get competent people doing these things.
People actually care about the source material.
Like, oh man, that's all they want from Hollywood right now. Just stop making stuff just to make money. You know, give people a chance.
Well, now you're talking crazy.
Give people a chance to show what they can do. You know.
Yeah.
That's how you get. You can't just keep on relying on Snyder's and Whedon's and Abrams's.
Right. It's unfortunate because a lot of I feel like there's bare bones there for like a decent story and a decent film for the Birds of Prey and the Emancipation of Harley Quinn, or whatever the fuck that was called. I feel like a lot of the casting choices were really smart. Not all of them.
No. Definitely
not Ewan McGregor as Black Mask, but there were some smart choices there, and I feel like they did have potential to maybe make something worthwhile, but it just went off the rails so hard, so fast. And that seems to be the way of things with DC films. That they might have some elements that look good on paper, but then in the execution, it just becomes clusterfuck of God only knows what.
And I wish it was just their movies, but it's starting to affect their like TV shows and stuff too. Like Flash is nowhere near as good as it used to be.
Oh,
Arrow's over. Flash is just bad now.
Really? That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Flash it used to be my favorite show. Legends of Tomorrow, last I saw, was still doing fine, but they just did a big, like Speed Force flip flop. So there's like new characters that weren't there before, and but they're supposed to have always been there. And they did it to the whole series.
Like when Roy moved in on The Simpsons.
Except it wasn't just for one. Wasn't just for one episode. And Roy went back to his home planet.
Moving in with 2 sexy ladies. That's funny. I had no idea.
Yeah. Arrow really fell off when it became Felicity and Friends.
Gross.
Yeah, it was super annoying.
Although I always felt like Arrow wasn't I wasn't the audience for that anyway.
It was fine if like you wanted something was like Batman, but it wasn't Batman.
Right.
I mean that's everybody, right? Batwoman was not great.
Well, I understand Ruby Rose stepped down, like she doesn't want the role anymore. What are they even going to do with it?
There's a lot of ifs and ands or buts with that. Like people are saying she stepped down, people are saying she was fired.
Oh.
I'm sure it was more of an amicable split. She was basically like,
right.
Listen, I got injured as fuck doing one of your stunts. The writing you give me is terrible.
Oh, that never even occurred to me.
Oh yeah, she got injured. Like
I didn't know she did her own stunts. Interesting.
She got injured, and I think another stunt person was like fucking paralyzed over Batwoman. Yeah.
Imagine that's your fucking legacy. Poor thing. Jesus.
But yeah, it's like the show A is bad.
Right.
B, Ruby Rose, she's just not good in it. I don't know if they're just giving her too much.
She's real wooden.
Yeah. And I usually like her. I like her a lot.
Well, maybe she's just not leading role material. Maybe she's just a better support player.
Like, it's tough to be, like... How do you play a smug Batwoman? It's like...
Right.
That's not right. But, I don't know. Just, man...
That's really unfortunate.
And all the digs they do to Batman in the show, it's like come on, just don't. You just don't.
Yeah,
the suit is literal perfection. It will be when if it's a woman. Batwoman.
Gross.
Yeah.
There is no topping Batman. Just shut up. Just stop it.
And then
That's really unfortunate. At least the animation's still amazing.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll always have the animated universe. Although I haven't seen the Justice League Dark newest movie. Because I don't want to pay for it. I will wait until it's free to me. But I'm pumped for it.
When did it come out?
Not long ago.
Was it Apocalypse War?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I don't know much about, like, there's so many different Justice Leagues. I don't know anything about them. I know certain people are in certain things. Dark is isn't Dark the more magic one? Is that how it works?
Yep. That's, you've got Constantine, Zatanna, Etrigan. There's a blue demon. Sometimes Swamp Thing joins in. It's a good mix.
Just throw a Swamp Thing in there.
Yeah, why not? I'm down. Are you telling me that if Swamp Thing showed up and wanted to join whatever you were up to, you'd turn him down? I don't think so.
It depends on what I'm doing. I mean... It's like, listen, Swamp Thing, you don't look like much of a bowler.
Alright, that's a fair point.
Swamp Thing wants to bowl too.
Maybe he'll surprise you. Who knows?
I've already got Solomon Grundy as my fourth. I mean, I guess you can be an alternate.
Okay, that's more than reasonable. Bowling leagues are tough, I understand.
Oh, yeah. This is going to sound real dumb, but do you remember... I used to watch Cartoon Network a lot, like, when in my, like, childhood years, like, early teens and stuff. They used to do parodies of the Injustice League, or, like, whatever the opposite of the Justice League was. So it was the Flying Saucer... Yes, Legion of Doom. They were in the Flying Saucer in the swamp, and they're all just sitting around, like, talking. All I remember is someone was like, you're not even wearing pants. And all I remember is Solomon Grundy was, Solomon Grundy want pants too. Does this ring a bell to anybody else? This is...
No, but I wish it did.
Alright, man. Oh boy.
That sounds amazing. Who wasn't even wearing pants? Who was the initial one not wearing pants?
Maybe, like, hold on, I'm gonna pop this.
Who wouldn't be wearing pants in that mix?
Hold on, I got it. I'm gonna pop it over into the Discord for you. I'll pop it onto the stream for you guys to watch with. Discord. Alright. I sent that over to you. If you want to click on that. We'll do a countdown.
Okay.
And we'll play it together.
Okay.
Because I don't think you can hear what I'm doing. So here we go. Ready? And oh, hold on. Other thing I need to change. Get rid of you. Nope, not that one. Move you over here. There we go. All right, here we go. Ready? And 3,
Yep.
2, 1.
The meeting will come to order. The Legion of Doom is now in session.
Oh my.
In a short while, the yes, Brainiac.
I was wondering, Luthor, if I could perhaps get a pair
What
of...
we need are a few items to help us in our perfect plan.
Oh,
to stop
right,
the Super
okay.
Friends.
Cheetah, you have razor-sharp claws.
I totally forgot about
Brainiac,
Super
your
Friends
mind games are
Brainiac.
deadly. Scarecrow, you're made of straw.
You know what?
What more do you
He
need?
saw how much bullshit
about
pants
utility
are
belt? What?
because he's so
Batman
fucking
and
smart.
Robin have 'em? Solomon Grundy want one too. With utility belt, Bizarro will crush the Super Friends. Crush them!
I want a magic
Yes.
lasso, Lex.
Can I get a seahorse?
I demand more toys.
Oh, enough of this! What do I look like, Santa Claus? We're wasting valuable time. Right now, my dream reverberator is changing the Super Friends into our slaves.
Excuse me.
I do remember this now.
Brainiac, what is it?
Look, I just want some pants. A decent pair of pants. Solomon Grundy want pants too.
Order!
God damn it.
Oh man.
That's tremendous.
Yeah, that's always in my head.
Tremendous.
Always in the back of my head somewhere. Solomon Grundy
Love it.
wants pants too.
I think it just shows how more highly evolved Brainiac is. He
And-
recognizes the pants are bullshit. So he's not wearing any.
And now, like Stargirl's out, and I guess Solomon Grundy has a part in that.
Oh, okay, right on.
No one cares.
I don't know
about
anything about the Stargirl character. Like, nothing. I know so little about the Justice Society.
that. Luke Wilson's in it, and I guess that's like the best part of the show.
That sounds about right. Love the Wilson brothers.
Oh, oh no. There we go. Yeah, fuck Rob Manfred. Here we go. We got Bulletproof Pretty Boy in the chat.
Nice.
This is the bit that I enjoy.
Yeah, right on. May it never die.
But yeah, I guess it's the same like DC or CW tripe that goes on. But
Ugh.
every single time I hear about it, they talk about Solomon Grundy. Like, Solomon Grundy wants pants too. Oh,
That's a good plot line.
it's just a dumb thing that stuck with me with my childhood.
That's tremendous.
Oh,
And
man.
once you played it, I was like, yes, I have seen this. It obviously didn't have the impact on me that it had on you, but yes, I have seen it.
Well, it's almost like a precursor to things like C-Lab, you know, where it's just they just take
Oh,
old
for sure.
clips and then just new audio on top. It's perfect.
Absolutely.
Oh
Which is
man,
so brilliant.
I love me some C-Lab.
No joke.
There's some good. I hate like shilling for HBO Max again, but there's like some good Adult Swim stuff on there. I can finally watch Metalocalypse again.
Nice.
Very excited.
Yeah.
So-
That's awesome.
Such a great show.
Right on.
So we
Haven't
started
seen that.
talking. We started talking about COVID, went to presidents, and now we're here.
It's pretty natural, actually.
Yeah, that's kind of how
About it.
our discussions work. Oh boy. I did go through a few movies this week.
Okay.
We saw My Spy, the Batista Amazon Prime kid movie.
It's kind of precious.
It's actually pretty decent.
Okay.
Like, yeah, it's goofy and stuff. It's not, based on reality. And for something that it's like, oh, this little kid blackmails a spy, and she figures out he's a spy, so he can keep his job and stuff. This movie has a hell of a body count. It's
Yeah?
nuts. Yeah,
That's all right.
I think it's worth watching. It's funny enough.
Okay.
Saw Scoob,
Oh my.
which was real odd.
Explain.
It's not really a Scooby-Doo movie.
Okay.
Like, I have a big affinity for the live-action Scooby-Doo movies.
Okay.
They're just so goofy.
Sure.
A lot of fun. And I'm not someone who's like, a lot of people were angry that Matthew Lillard and everyone else didn't reprise their roles.
Sure.
And I'm cool with that. He had his time. And I love Will Forte. I think he does a fantastic Shaggy.
Okay.
You've got, what's his face? Big voice actor. He did Shaggy after Casey
After
Kasem
Casey
stepped down. He's done like freaking everything.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm looking it up. It's driving me nuts. Frank Welker.
Okay.
I can't believe I forgot Frank
Sure,
Welker.
sure.
So I mean, it's a solid cast, but it's not a Scooby movie because it's essentially the start of a Hanna-Barbera cinematic universe.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it's real weird. Like half the
Huh.
movie is Scooby and Shaggy hanging out with Blue Falcon and Dynamite.
Ooh.
They go to the Lost World and have to retrieve a MacGuffin from Captain Caveman,
Very nice.
played by Tracy Morgan, oddly enough.
Interesting.
But he does a great Captain
Well, now
Caveman
it
bellow.
got me intrigued.
So I
I had
didn't-
no idea there was so much depth to this movie.
as someone who doesn't have I'm like, ooh, I need them to pull off Rubber Mask. Oh, and the main
Right.
villain in the movie is Dick Dastardly, who I love.
Huh.
So I mean, it's it's on HBO Max. Give it a shot if you want to check it out.
That actually sounds pretty clever.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
apparently,
All right.
but apparently the toxic Scooby-Doo fanboys can't handle a movie that doesn't cater to what they want. Sorry. Sorry.
Love it. Love everything about it.
It's just
Don't
yeah.
poke that bear, Ty.
Oh, and also Velma's Mexican now. I'm not sure if that was ever a thing that was established. Or not Mexican, Latina. Sorry.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
That's
Just-
pretty cool.
Just a strange twist on the character.
Yeah, why not? Sure. Interesting. I'm really intrigued now.
Yeah.
I never would have given that a second thought, but that sounds pretty interesting.
And I think if they could pull this off, it's like there's a fun universe to be made there. Bring back the old
I was gonna say,
Hanna-Barbera stuff.
Now I'm real curious to see where they go. If this is indeed a jumping off point, or if it's just an homage.
No, it's supposed to be a jumping off point.
Okay, all right.
So, like,
Interesting.
and someone like, you or me who maybe has an affinity for the older cartoons, will definitely get a lot of the weird Easter eggs and stuff that are in the movie.
Right.
So,
I hope they bring back Jabberjaw.
there's some Jabberjaw cameos and stuff too. Like, you see Jabberjaw, you see Hong Kong Phooey, you see a lot of fun stuff. No, it's a real love letter, and I think it could work.
Dude!
Like, honestly, I would go from here to a Wacky Races myself. Just introduce everybody at once. Everybody gets a little bebop and scat to do what they introduce themselves, and then you move on. You split off from there, and then you do like a big Wacky Races Avengers, where they all have to chase Thanos for the Infinity Gauntlet.
Well, this really speaks to your nostalgia lords pulling all the strings right now theory.
Yeah, I don't want to go into that, because if I go into it too hard, it makes me sound like a crazy person. I will just take up the entire next 2 hours.
But it does hold up. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm feeling all tingly right now that you're talking about all these characters.
Yep.
Wow. All right.
Who controls the nostalgia, controls the universe.
Evidently. I mean, I never would have guessed, but here we are.
Yeah.
How many times have you seen Hamilton since it's been up?
Just the once.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's reasonable. That's a totally reasonable amount of times.
It is. I mean, for now. It's definitely gonna change in the next few weeks after the wife comes home and she's like, it's Hamilton night. But she will literally, like, probably once every month and a half sit down and watch all the Harry Potter movies over a weekend.
Wow.
And I'm just like, well, I guess I'll be doing anything else in the world.
I kind of love that, though. I mean, I wish I loved anything that hard. I mean, I might sit through the Lord of the Rings trilogy once every few years, but every couple months, that's real commitment and dedication.
It's one of those things. It'll play on like the Hallmark channel or something like that.
Okay.
Like ABC Families, like, oh, it's Harry Potter weekend. We're playing all the movies, playing all the hits. And Taylor's be like, oh, well, I guess I'm doing this now. I was like, well.
I kind of like if The Fifth Element's on TV and like I see that, I have to watch it. So I understand to an extent. I mean, I don't know if I have the commitment to sit through like 9 hours of movie, but I do understand those like with Cartman whenever he hears Sail Away and he has to finish it.
Yeah.
I get that.
I just, like, Hamilton is the newest in the line of, like, this is people's a new thing.
Right.
And now that it's available on, streaming service that anybody can just, like, pop it in and watch it, like, it's going to be the new Harry Potter.
Okay. All right.
Like, everybody's just going to lose their shit over it, We're going to start, like, we've already seen articles where it's like, Lin-Manuel Miranda is taking away from what's really happening in the world with his cherry coating of American politics. It's like, man, just let people enjoy things.
No.
And now that it's widely available, all the Hamilton hipsters are going to come out. So it's like, well, I mean, actually, if you haven't seen it on Broadway, you actually haven't seen it. I mean, I waited in line. I went to the Hamilton lotteries where you had to answer Hamilton trivia and then you got a shot at winning a ticket for Hamilton. And I'm just saying, I didn't win a ticket, but I was there.
All right. So what's more watchable, Hamilton or Cats?
I'm not gonna lie, like, I really dig Hamilton. Like, the show is a lot of fun. The music gets stuck in my head often.
Okay.
But, man,
But Cats is like an experience, right?
The Cats movie is just it's so mind blowing.
Right.
And the music is also, once again, just very good. It's stuck in
Sure.
my head. God, that's a toss up.
Fascinating.
That is a toss
Okay.
up. I couldn't decide. I really have to think about it.
I didn't realize this was like Sophie's Choice.
Well, I mean, like Cats is shorter. Hamilton's like 2.5
Okay.
hours, 3 hours long. It's
Oh, really? I had no idea.
yeah, and they chopped down a lot of it for the whatever they put on Disney.
Okay.
They didn't really
Huh.
chop it, but
So-
it's tightly edited, so you don't have
Okay.
to sit there for 5 minutes of applause after each song, stuff like that. They did a
Right
great
on.
job with it.
I see. Okay. I'll check it out eventually.
It's worth a watch.
Maybe. I don't know. I'll probably just watch Jesus Christ Superstar again. I'm not gonna lie.
Greg says Greg says in chat, Cats is like nothing ever made. Hamilton is above average musical.
All right. Good to know. So it's not really
Oh,
fair
yeah.
to compare the two.
Greg's jumping in. He's got
Yeah.
he's got his cat takes he needs to.
Sorry.
So man, what can we do? What can we say to bring Greg on to today's stream?
We went to Cats, we went to Wire, and all of a sudden,
I gotta turn this off. I'm sorry, we're getting both things.
Yay!
Yeah, like, no, Cats is so much fucking better. Like, that's not even a question. What are you talking
all
about?
right. Well, I don't know because I haven't seen either of them.
Oh my
I'm
god.
asking out of pure ignorance.
It's like night and day. I mean, they're not even comparable. One
Okay,
is
all right.
pure joy, and one is like, yeah, that's a pretty good musical, I guess.
Interesting.
It's less of a musical, more of like a rock opera or a hip opera.
Yeah, but none of the raps are any fucking good.
Yeah, he raps
It's
like
like-
French a bunch. That's fun. Remember?
It's like Baby's first rap.
Huh.
This is just Baby
With
Town
no actual
Frolics.
babies, right?
What'd you say, Ty?
This is like Baby Town Frolics.
Yeah, here you can see my disgusting face. I didn't even shower today. I'm sorry.
We wouldn't have known if you hadn't said it.
Right? You look adorable.
Well, that's an indictment of how I normally look. I actually ordered Cats in Blu-ray just yesterday.
Nice.
Nice.
So I had like the song stuck in my head, and I was like, oh man, if I don't see this right now, I'm gonna scream. But I couldn't. There was no way to see it. So I
love
had
that
to
it's
order
like
it.
a drug that gets in your bloodstream.
Yeah.
It's fucking fantastic.
Look, I'll admit that like I had like a few Hamilton songs stuck in my head this week.
Okay.
But like it was mostly just the white people songs.
Yeah, the King's songs are the best.
The King song is the best for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But like as I was saying in chat, I'm like just approaching hour 2 of what I have to assume is like a 30-part documentary series because it's the longest fucking musical in the history of anything.
It really isn't.
It's longer than the Avengers.
Oh, Jesus.
They defeated
That's a-
Thanos twice in the same time Hamilton took to write the Articles of Confederation.
It's a big investment. He
It's
better
good.
be singing.
It's
Okay.
good, for sure.
Right.
And like in a weird way it gets me kind of excited for musicals.
Okay.
But at the same time, like there's nothing that I find to be particularly profound about it.
Okay.
I find it to be pretty good. Like these are pretty good raps, and this is pretty fun. I find Lin-Manuel Miranda to have like a very obnoxious presence in it.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're not the
it's-
first person I've heard say that.
His voice is so high, and like his raps are quite terrible.
He's a bit of an
White.
odd bean. Yeah.
Like
Okay.
there's some real standouts. Like the Lafayette Jefferson guy in it,
Mhm.
really fucking good.
Sorry about
Okay.
Aaron Burr's super good in it, but like the Hamilton itself just comes off kind of like a whiny bitch to me.
Huh,
Is he supposed to
okay.
be a whiny bitch? Like I kind of feel like he's supposed to be the secret villain, and we only find that out at the end.
Ooh, a twist.
Is he
Yep.
the secret villain, and we find that out at the end, Ty?
that. No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's all about interpretation, you know? I mean,
Right.
but like Thomas Jefferson is like my favorite character in the entire show.
He's way up there.
He's so great.
But it's at the
Okay.
same time, it's what I find most interesting about it is that like it's supposed to take place in the 1700s, but it's also like surprisingly biting commentary on like modern events.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
like Hamilton, everyone hates Hamilton because he's like a New York know-it-all. Oh, hey, puppy. Hey.
Hey, Cash.
He's locked out of from going upstairs and bothering Cat for the afternoon. So he's just one. That's what he does. He sits there and waits for the by the stairs for her
Oh
to come
my
down.
goodness! I love that so hard. The good boy.
He doesn't give a shit about me, mind you. Cash, come. You have a bed right here. Come sit down in your bed.
I guess
Sit
I'll
down in
settle
your
for
No, he just wants film pets.
this.
Yeah. Back to the stairs.
Oh my god! I love it so much. Good boy.
Yeah. So anyway,
Cat.
that's my Hamilton take. That's all I'm here for. I really do have to get back to work.
Well, thank you for your Hamilton take, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that insight. That actually
It's worth
means a lot to
watching,
me.
I guess.
Okay.
But literally, I've watched it now in 3 separate sessions. It's harder to get through than a WCW pay-per-view.
Jesus. Oh my fuck.
I think maybe like the fact that I've seen it, like I saw it live, might endear it to me a bit more.
I think
Okay.
that does help.
Yeah.
Like, I think. All right, hold on. I'm bringing this video back. I was about to sign off, so I moved the screen.
Is the Solomon Grundy Once Pants 2 video? We just watched that.
I saw that. Yeah. I think musicals or plays in general, I think more than any other medium, they benefit from multiple viewings from multiple productions.
Okay.
Like I've seen, they're like Guys and Dolls, one of my favorite musicals. I've seen probably 4 or 5 different versions of it, and like including the movie. And each one brings like a different element out of each play. It's like, oh, I didn't really think about this character portrayed that way. It's very interesting when someone does it like this, and vice versa. So even as crazy as it is, and I don't want to compare everything to it. Even thinking about Cats, like between the original Broadway production and the musical, like I think each one does things. Some do better. Like I like Rum Tum Tugger in the movie one way more than I like him in the play one. And I like Mr. Mistopheles more in the movie than I do in the play. But like the old Deuteronomy is way better than Judi Dench. Fuck right off with that shit.
When she stares right into the fucking cameras, let's start singing at you.
Yeah.
I'm just singing at you now. It's like,
It's me, Judi Dench, everyone. Here's my song.
God, that's just so wild.
I'm a cat wearing a cat fur. What does that make you question?
Subtle.
Excuse
Very
me?
Yeah. Anyone know
Miss
where my little
Dench?
husband cat is? Could be anywhere. Could be on me. Who's saying?
This is the code of old Deuteronomy.
Yeah. I'm new old Deuteronomy. Question my authority one more time.
I need a hat.
I mean, it sounds threatening. I'll give you
Yeah.
that.
Say cat again, motherfucker. I dare you.
Double dare you. Well, Greg,
Yeah,
thank you
man.
for joining
Yeah.
us.
All right,
Yeah,
I
those are
love you
good
all.
takes.
Oh,
Talk to you later.
Love you
before
too,
you
Greg.
before you go, Greg,
Yeah.
next week, top 5 fictional weapons.
Cool. That's not a problem. We did that 15 years ago.
I don't know, now's a good time to do it again.
Bringing it back.
Oh
There's
yeah, I'm
there's so many
hyped.
more weapons now.
That's true.
Number
Xena,
1.
Xena chakras.
Number
Boom.
1.
Oh,
Gun.
Aye, you know what I mean? See you later, guys.
yeah.
Thanks,
Hi,
Greg.
Greg.
Have a good
Love
one,
you.
Well, man, I will never look at Hamilton the same way again.
He just once he's got a hot take, he's got to let it out, or
Oh,
he will
yeah.
physically die.
That's our rant king
God bless
right there.
him. Absolutely. God bless him. Love him so much. All right, so good to know. Eventually, I will see both.
Yeah.
I hope.
So good.
I had no idea it was so long, though.
I'm just gonna watch. I know it's maybe like 2.5 to 3 hours.
Wow.
Let's see. How long is Hamilton on Disney Plus? 240.
Oof magoof.
I mean, it's typical for a musical.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Maybe that's why I've never gotten into them.
they are quite long. Maybe that's why Cats works really well too, because it's like that, like tight 100 minutes. It's like 100 minutes in out.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just insanity, so I mean the human brain might not be able to handle that for 3 hours. I'm sure a lot of scientific research went into it.
Yeah, Cats is an hour 50. So
Okay. It's pretty standard, I guess, for like a film.
the Les Mis movie is 240. And even the Beauty and the Beast
Yeah.
live action remake is 220. It's like, ugh.
Wow. I've seen one iteration of Les Mis, I think. Back when I want to say Liam Neeson was Jean Valjean. Whatever iteration that was.
I'd watch that. The wife and I watched the Jerry Butts Phantom of the Opera,
Ooh. Jerry Butts.
and it was unsettling.
Wow, yeah. Yeah. When you say Jerry Butts' Phantom of the Opera, that's what I imagine. So that's tremendous. I'm glad they captured that energy.
And Greg, I hope you're still listening, because I just saw the trailer for the new Jerry Butts movie called Greenland, and it's basically they're just remaking 2012, but with Jerry Butts and asteroids. It's awesome. It's like I gotta get my family to Greenland, isn't it? Gotta get them to Greenland. We gonna get going.
Love it.
That's where all the rich people are taking themselves.
Love everything about it.
I don't know why I turned to Popeye at the end there. That's your take.
He's Manky Popeye.
Oh
Good stuff. Learning a lot.
man, the theaters were supposed to open this week up here in upstate New York. They are not. So once again, people can't wear fucking masks. So everything's getting pushed back till I believe the end of the month, just so they can
Okay.
put the new Tenet movie into theaters. That and Mulan. I don't know why they're still bothering with that.
Huh.
So the 29th for theaters again. Although drive-ins, I guess, are going to be opening up soon.
All right.
I'll sit in my movie, or sit in my car and watch a movie.
Yeah. I think I might prefer that at this point.
Oh, absolutely. First up, it's like $6 a person. You go in
Right.
there, you get 2 movies. I'm in.
Plus, you don't have to deal with any of the other people.
Yeah. You just bring in all the food you want.
Right.
So good.
I don't have a drive-in near me. I assume you do near you, but...
There's like 3 near us. There's one Lake George. There's one in Malta, which is a bit of a haul, but still there.
Yeah.
So
That would probably be the closest one to me, which would be at least a half an hour.
they actually were doing a like by reserve ticket only Garth Brooks concert for drive-ins.
Say, huh?
Yeah, like it's you have to pay like I think it was like $60 a car or something like that. But yeah, it was like an exclusive concert they were showing at drive-ins of Garth Brooks.
$60 to sit in my car and watch the screen?
I may be off on the actual
I
cost.
was gonna
but
say,
yeah.
I hope they're not charging that much because that seems ridiculous.
Well, it's essentially a concert. It's
Is it though?
and I think the idea was people are just going to load in a fuck ton of people in their like cars and stuff anyway. So
It's just like a clown car full of people.
yeah,
I guess. I don't know. That seems pretty ridiculous to me. Of course, I mean, it's because you're saying Garth Brooks. I can't imagine paying $60 to see Garth Brooks in any instance, so...
hey, knock it off.
But I guess that's a good way to address concert going as a concept.
Yeah,
That's not the worst idea I've heard.
And it's something to do, which I think is a big
Yeah. It's true.
thing we need right now.
Right.
For all of us who
Okay.
aren't just
Yeah,
know,
you sold me on it.
for all of us
I
who aren't,
wouldn't see Sidekicks for any amount of money, but
I
if it were someone else,
just don't want to.
then yes, I would do that.
I need something else to do besides watch women on the internet go to Walmart and yell at the people there for making them wear a mask.
There's some men too.
I see more Karens than anything. Oh my god, love them. God, thank you, Karens. You're the best.
Yeah.
The best at being the worst.
Yeah.
I should set this up so we can, have a little YouTube stream at the bottom here so we can just plug that in there. There was one where this woman was like, this couple had brought their kids to the park and they're in like Power Wheels. This woman comes over and was like, I've never seen people driving cars around the park like this before. I know they're too young to have licenses. I said, what the fuck? How? It's like people wake up and it's like, man, I really just want to be able to fight someone today.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I need to be real self-righteous about it.
What bothers me is lumping those people in with people who have mental illness when they're clearly just dicks. Don't give people with mental illness a bad name, alright? People with mental illness just need care and treatment. Those people are fucking assholes that need to be fired into the sun.
I don't think people are, like, lumping them in. Maybe crazy is a blanket statement, but...
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
But I think it's, like, crazy and crazy are two different things, you know? I don't think you call people who are crazy, crazy.
You'd be surprised.
Discussion for another time. I don't want to argue semantics about crazy versus crazy.
Oh, I want to get all kind of specific up in here.
Right, you need to come back, Faith Section crazy.
Fair assessment. That's true. Yeah. Good call.
Right, we are an hour down. I am dry on drink, so I'm going to take a quick $5. Run to the restrooms, refill our stream drinks, and we'll be back in just a minute. I'm going to play us a song
Sounds
while
good.
we're waiting. We are taking suggestions for...
Anything, really. But top 5, specifically.
Yeah. And I'm going to play a little song for us while we hold on. So we'll be right back.
Nice.
Get on your feet. Now time is over with the quickness. Can I get a witness like Jehovah? Amen. Keep it up till I say when. Now I'm busting out the playpen.
Little Two Skinny J's intro or interlude for you guys. They were our jam back in the day when we used to do our original podcast, the Ultra Cool Podcast. Episodes could be up there on Patreon someday. Maybe you guys can give us a look. Patreon.com/WCWTF Podcast. All right, we are back. Faith, how are you doing?
So good.
So good.
Got no drink.
Nice. Hold on, I have a sneeze like right in the back of my nose. Hold on.
The suspense is killing me.
It's caught. Oh boy, it's stuck there.
Oh boy.
Ah, jeez.
It's just gonna randomly shoot out.
Oh, so couple quick things that I saw on Twitter that have happened in the last hour. The United States has officially pulled out of the World Health Organization. So
We did it, everybody!
we did it. We got there. But I mean,
Making America great again.
to be fair, fuck the WHO. Those guys really dropped the ball when it came to the whole COVID situation to begin with. I mean, we weren't any better with our handling of it, but you know.
There's a lot of bumblefuckery.
Yeah. 2020
Yeah,
keeps on rolling on.
Just fucking whatever. It don't matter. That's the slogan for the whole year. None of this matters. It don't matter.
2020, just bring it. So this week we are doing a kind of a fun list. We're doing our top 5 sidekicks.
Yeah.
Brazil's president caught COVID after denying it for months. Jesus. But no, everybody.
Karma gonna get you.
We're in phase 4, so throw your masks away. Go out there and do the traditional American greeting of spitting in each other's mouths. A sneeze isn't a sneeze if you don't share it with a stranger.
Oh, god damn it.
So
Right
sidekicks.
on.
We're talking sidekicks today. We shine so much light on the big heroes, you know, your Batman, your Spider-Man, your Batman,
Also Batman.
Spider-Man 2099,
Sure. Yeah.
Scarlet Spider,
Uh-huh.
Batman Beyonds.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan
Go on all
Reynolds.
day.
Ryan Reynolds is Green Lantern. So we're giving the sidekicks a shot today. Let's let them shine.
Damn it, Ty.
Faith,
Yes.
would you like to start our top 5 sidekick list off?
I will start, yes. Now, when considering the sidekick, my thought was someone who doesn't outshine the main protagonist, and someone who helps the main protagonist be the best version of themselves they can be. So I went with Igor, specifically from Young Frankenstein, played by Marty Feldman.
Oh man, that's a good one.
Igor. Somehow everyone in this movie is a straight man, and I don't know how they pulled that off. But they made it work so well. But Marty Feldman, goddamn, so underrated. And put to such good use in this role. Really owned this role.
It's almost the role he was born to play.
Pretty much. Like, I cannot imagine anyone else doing what he did, and being able to match the presence of Gene Wilder without overwhelming him. Just so goddamn good. I can't. I don't think that movie would be the success that it was without him. He played such a key role and did it so fucking well. But again, I guess it's just a testament to Mel Brooks' genius. Everyone in the movie is like they're all the straight man. I don't know how they did.
The Young Frankenstein is one of those perfect comedies. It's just
No joke.
and in the world of Mel Brooks, there are so many that are just like Blazing Saddles is one of like I love that movie so hard.
Of course.
Like, fucking every single time I see the Puttin' on the Ritz in Young Frankenstein, it always cracks me up. Oh my
Exactly.
God.
It's brilliant.
It's fantastic. I mean, Mel Brooks just turned like 90 something. That man is a treasure.
No joke.
And yeah, oh man.
It is one of those comedies that I can go back and watch again and again and again. And I think that Igor is the quintessential sidekick.
He's perfect. He's so perfect. Mel Brooks 94.
Bless him.
Fucking yeah, absolutely. And that's
He's
such
given us so much.
that's such a good pick, and that's such a good movie. My number 5.
What's your number 5?
I went a bit more contemporary. I went with the stoic, the quiet, Silent Bob.
Right on.
I mean, even when Jay and Silent Bob aren't the main focus of the movie, they're always a draw for it. Going back from just when they were just two dudes standing outside of a convenience store. But man, Silent Bob is always there. Mallrats, they're not the main focus, but he's obviously the sidekick, and it's just he's always there for Jay. Always has whatever he needs. Just great. And like,
He really is like textbook sidekick too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a great pick.
Like in my 20s, the universe was like my life. Like all those movies were just the dearest things to me. From Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma. I mean, fuck, I remember like graduating from high school, I got a copy of Dogma on DVD, and I watched that shit like on the reg. I still haven't sat down for the Jay and Silent Bob reboot. Maybe I'll do that this week, but man, Silent Bob's just, and he's such a cool character for someone who's
Sure.
just, you know, a tubby dude in an overcoat with a backwards hat.
With so little dialogue.
Yeah. So my number 5 goes to Silent Bob, from I guess any of the movies, these universe movies.
Great pick.
I don't have a specific one.
Yeah.
If I had to pick a specific one, it'd be Silent Bob and Mallrats.
Ooh, yeah. Good call.
He spends the
Yeah,
entire
so much
time.
of what he does is just fucking facial expressions.
He's
And
spending
it's great.
the entire time trying to do the Jedi Force pull, stuff like that. It's yeah. And he finally pulls it off at the end. It's great.
Good stuff. Yeah. Love that pick. My number 4 goes to Garth Algar. Wayne's right-hand man.
And with him, as
Wayne
always,
no-
is Garth.
Exactly. Wayne knows he's not going anywhere without Garth. And Garth's neurotic and a little weird, but he's also kind of a genius. And he doesn't have the charisma and the showmanship that Wayne does. But Wayne wouldn't really be where he is without him. Like he needs that sidekick. And god damn, Garth is such a good sidekick. That's like the perfect pair to me, Wayne and Garth. And Garth is definitely the wingman, and he's totally suited for that role. Like that dynamic to me defines my fucking childhood. Like, I loved Wayne and Garth so fucking much, and definitely related to Garth more. Yeah, fucking Garth, man.
Garth's great. He almost made my
Right?
list. He was in my honorable mentions. But
Oh, right on.
man, Wayne's World and even Wayne's World 2, they're just fun movies. You know, Sometimes that's all you need. You just need
Right.
a fun movie. We got $5,000. It's just
So fun.
the we fear change, and he starts hammering the fucking robot hand. It's like, man, Garth has so many like just A, scene stealing moments.
Right.
And B, he's obviously the sidekick. It's because
Right, right.
It's
Wayne's World, but obviously Garth's in it, and
Yeah.
he's a big part of it. But
I love
yeah.
you, Dream Woman.
I
God.
love you too, Garth. So great. Dana Carvey, that was like peak Dana Carvey.
Oh yeah.
He was fucking phenomenal there. And he did such a great job with that role.
I mean, you'd almost say it's peak Mike Myers too.
Oh, for sure.
Not that, I mean, Austin Powers is fine, and Shrek is
Sure.
what it is.
Right.
But man, Wayne's World is, God, so good.
Yeah, it still holds up to me. And Garth is the sidekick that everyone should aspire to have. What was your number 4, Ty?
My number 4 goes to Robin.
Okay. Which Robin?
Specifically, Carrie Kelly from The Dark Knight Returns.
Oh, okay.
I just love the idea of this. I mean, Carrie's like just kind of out of nowhere, just kind of becomes Robin.
Sure.
Because you got Batman, who's this old, grizzled, just like, it's like I got like 3 fights left in me.
Right.
And you got Carrie, who's like 13-year-old girl who's just like flipping and doing like bebopping and scatting around. And she's just like, "Can I be Robin?" And he's like, "Fucking whatever. Just don't get killed."
He's fucking Nick Nolte at this point.
Yeah. And she pulls her weight, which is something that is really difficult to do when you're hanging out with the goddamn Batman.
Right.
She saves his ass a couple times, and obviously he needs to save her ass a couple times, but a lot of give and take. Obviously, he's not as invested as like a Jason Todd, if you will. But man,
Sure.
I think Carrie for The Dark Knight Returns was such a crazy, bold choice, and I think she just shines in her role in this in this just hellscape that is Gotham in Gotham's future.
That was definitely a unique choice for Robin. Robin does show up again, not Carrie Kelly, but I do have a Robin on my list. But he's burned through so many. By that point, he's so grizzled.
Yeah.
And she did have like an enthusiasm about her that I thought was really endearing. I mean, if you know anything about Batman, you know he's gone through 3-4 Robins at this point.
Some are dead, some are Nightwings. I mean,
Right? Like Robin should be the last thing you aspire to be. There should be like a support group for former Robins. The fact that she was still so bright-eyed and enthusiastic, I think, was really endearing and heartwarming. And the first female Robin.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
And to a Batman who barely even wants to be Batman at this point. He's just doing it because this is just his life. He has to do this.
Right.
This
right.
is who I am. She's like, "Yeah, let's go get him, Bats! Woo!"
Right.
He's like,
right.
"Ugh. I gotta fight this fucking sewer mutant guy and this giant gang. Just don't get yourself killed, please."
Or do whatever. I don't give a shit. I'll just find another one.
Man, in a world that's tight of superheroes, she's still jazzed to be in that world.
Right. Yeah. That is really sweet. There's something really precious about that. Good call.
Dark Knight Returns is just such a great book.
Good call. Yeah. That is a really good juxtaposition too, because he's so completely over it, and she's just real jazzed to fight crime and make a difference.
It's like, Joker, are we really gonna do this when we die? And Joker's like, "Nah, I'm just gonna kill myself, crack." Harvey, fucking stop, bud. He's like, "No, I'm all evil now." Ah, fuck, come on, stop. Giant gangs, please leave the fucking city. He's like, no, we're gonna talk in weird slang, and then drop grenades into baby carriages. He's like, "Fuck, stop!" And Carrie's just like, "Woo!"
Right.
I
Just
can do,
like
I can do a handstand.
cartwheeling around. Yeah. It is like a real, I don't know, it's real weird. Maybe there's something there about just aspiring to be in that role by Batman's side, and just how exciting that would be, and how it takes years of being in that role to be a beaten down shell of a human. But I do love that. I love that despite knowing what she knows, or what she should know, that she's still so excited
I think
to be Robin.
I believe there's a moment in it where she almost like gets choked the fuck out and killed, but Batman saves her, and she's just like, she has that moment of like, whoa, this is real, but she's still ready.
Right.
She's still ready to roll. She's like,
Right.
well, that sucked.
Yeah.
Can't stop now though.
Right. Yeah. Good stuff.
And just knowing that
Yeah,
Batman's had all those moments. Well, that sucked. Gotta keep going though.
Right. Oh,
the
there's
life.
a dead one. I guess I'll find another. Fucking Batman, man. My third pick is Andy Richter, on the Conan O'Brien show.
Also,
He
one of
took-
my honorable mentions.
He took the Ed McMahon blueprint and made it perfect. He's a great sidekick because he's always there in the supporting role, but he has so many brilliant little moments of his own. Not only when they film segments outside. One of my favorites being the Rhubarb Lady. Go ahead and Google that shit. Andy Richter as the Rhubarb Lady. He does amazing. I mean, he's got great comedic timing. He's a great actor, whatever. But the great little moments that he adds during interviews, and where he just interjects randomly here and there. Sometimes you almost forget he's there, and then he comes out with something so fucking fantastic that just elevates the whole interview or elevates the whole segment. He sprinkles in his Andy Richter magic, but it never overwhelms Conan. It never draws focus from Conan to his detriment. It always adds to the product. It always adds to the show. And he's the fucking best at it. There's never gonna be another talk show sidekick to top Andy Richter, because he's perfected it. He's made it art.
Oh yeah. Wednesday, I do see your Joker comment. Joker, I made you lose control. See you in hell, Batman. Dude, can you just not right now? but back on Andy Richter, man, that is such.
Wednesday, absolutely.
Yeah, Andy Richter is. He's honestly should be number one. He is like the perfect sidekick, especially for like someone in real life. You know, like
right.
He never detracts from Conan. He always adds.
Yep.
He never tries to be the star. He's always there. Man, Andy Richter is like he's the Silent Bob to Conan's Jay. It's like they synergize so well.
Right.
God, and it just elevates everything.
Absolutely.
Oh man, he's so good. and Richter in himself is funny, you know.
Right. Well, like that's exactly it. They're both so funny, but he's so measured and tempered, and he's like I said, he just sprinkles it in here and there. Another one of my favorites when Conan's certainty was up in the air as far as whether or not he was coming back. There's a great video he did where he's addressing whether or not everyone would come with him. I think he says something about Andy being dead, and then Andy comes in and grabs a sandwich, and then he's like, "What are you guys talking about?" He just wanders away with a sandwich. So many great moments like that. They play off each other so fucking well. They're they're like a tag team of comedy, and it's so fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
That he's the perfect sidekick. He really is.
There are a lot of comedy duos that I would argue, like, it's not really a sidekick because there's a lot of give and take. But,
Sure.
You know, like Laurel and Hardy, ha ha ha. Who's on first? But man, Andy Richter is absolutely the sidekick. He knows his
Right.
place, and he just elevates, and it's so perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love you, Andy Richter.
Did you ever see the Andy Richter Controls the Universe show?
Sure. I was really disappointed that it didn't take off.
Yeah.
But then again, I was like, well, now we can go back to Conan.
Yeah,
He's perfect. He's perfect.
he's just perfect.
Sometimes you just have to accept what you're good at and fucking lean in.
Oh yeah.
And he's the perfect Conan sidekick.
And Conan lets him like do it too. He's not like get out of here. He's not Krusty and Sideshow Mel, where it's just like get out of here. I'm gonna use you to your detriment.
Right.
To get myself over. He's like, no, we're just playing off each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bebop and Scatton.
Oh yeah.
And they fucking own it. That's perfect.
My number 3 goes to a show that I can't believe seems to be gone from a lot of people's like collective memories at this point, even though it ran for a good amount of seasons. Randy Hickey from My Name Is Earl.
Huh.
Did you watch My Name Is Earl?
I've seen bits and pieces.
It's a delightful show.
Okay.
And it's Raising Hope, the show that came after it.
Sure.
Also great. But like the idea of the ex-con who's trying to reform his life because of karma, and his admittedly dumb brother who's always there to help him out and just keeps on pressing him too. Like they have episodes where it's like, well, get out of here, Randy. Get out of here, Randy. We don't want you here. But Randy keeps on coming back. And he realizes because he can't do it without Randy. Randy's like a driving force with him. So he's got this list of things to check off that he's done bad in his life.
Okay.
And Randy, his big dumb brother, who's played by oh jeez, that's driving me crazy.
I can picture his face.
Yeah. Ethan Suplee.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. Who has lost a fuck ton of weight. He's fucking shredded now. Which, good for him.
I hope he's not sick.
No, he's shredded.
Okay, I was gonna say, I hope those are good gains.
Oh, yeah, he's a monster.
Oh, alright. Well, right on.
Yeah. On this show that's basically focusing on white trash trying to better itself. Randy's always been like a moral compass, who always kind of followed in Earl's footsteps. And now that Earl's trying to be good, Randy always keeps him on that path too. So instead of following into whatever you want to do, buddy. So Randy is just and obviously I don't know how easy it is to watch at this point, but it's a great show.
Huh.
It used to be all over Netflix and stuff, but it never quite got the following like The Office did, which is a shame because it's really well written, really, really funny. But I imagine the soundtrack to it just must cost people thousands. It has the dopest soundtrack.
Really? Okay.
It's all great, 80s and 90s rock and stuff. So.
Right on.
Yeah, you gotta pay up the ass for that. But yeah, Randy Hickey. I mean, you haven't seen it. I don't have a whole lot else to say about it, but
I do love a good moral compass.
Yeah.
Character. That is a good writing technique that I enjoy.
So, since you haven't seen it, the DVD of season 1 actually had a alternate pilot episode to it.
Okay.
So the original episode, he wins the lottery on a scratcher. As he's celebrating, he runs out to the street and gets hit by a car.
Okay.
When he's in the hospital, he sees, I think, Carson Daly on like TV, and he talks about how karma, like, you get as good as you give, stuff like that. So he decides,
Sure.
oh man, my karma sucks. I need to be better. So he starts, makes a list, crosses things off, and then karma gets him good. So he actually finds the winning lottery ticket again, stuff like that.
Huh.
But the alternate version, instead of finding Carson Daly, he finds Stewie from Family Guy. So he decides that he needs to destroy everyone who's ever wronged him. So he makes a list of everyone who's ever wronged him in his life. And he just goes around doing that instead.
That's fun. That might be more up my alley. I can't believe the network didn't greenlight that one.
Well, it was obviously done just for the.
Bastards.
It was done just for the DVD, like
That's tremendous.
the pilot episode of Archer where he's played by a dinosaur.
That also would have been a bold choice.
It's phenomenal. Archersaurus is my favorite.
That's amazing.
So since we have no one else here who can talk about Randy Hickey, let's just move on to your number 2, Faith.
My number 2. I went with Doc Holliday, Tombstone. Val Kilmer as Doc Holliday is one of my favorite fucking characters of all time. I don't know if it's his I know I'm gonna die, so I don't give a fuck attitude, or the fact that he's just so inherently badass, but he's always there to back up his... Fuck, I don't even remember the name of the character now. Normally I write these things down. I'm talking about Kurt Russell. He's always there to back up Kurt Russell.
I'm gonna level with you yet. I've never seen it.
Oh, really?
Yep. Whiter.
You should.
I know I need to.
Right, yeah.
I just haven't seen it. I've never been a big Western guy, but I started getting into it. So.
Because that hurts me just a little bit.
Sorry. I'm not perfect.
But yeah, he's always there to back up Wyatt Earp, whenever he needs him. And he just kind of fucking... He's got this dick-swinging energy that can't be contained.
I've enraged the chat.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. But he doesn't... He puts his friend Wyatt Earp's needs and safety ahead of his own. Which is a great attribute for any sidekick, to elevate the protagonist, to ensure they complete their quest, which he does in spades. I don't want to ruin anything because you need to see it, but
Please don't. But this fucking cast is crazy.
he comes through in a big way. Wyatt Earp needed him, and he was there, and it made all the difference in the world. Again, I don't really know anything about. I've seen differing things about the actual true story, but just specifically Val Kilmer in Tombstone.
I love folklore when it comes to stuff like this, you know.
Sure.
Man, I love all of these people. Russell,
It's
Kilmer,
tough.
Sam Elliott, Bill Paxton, Powers Booth. He's just kept Powers
It's great.
Booth just popping around in there.
Yep, it's good
Oh.
stuff.
Oh man.
No fake.
Thomas Hayden Church, pre-Sandman.
Yeah. No joke.
Remember when he was Sandman? That was a bummer.
I do remember that. But I remember he was on Wings too, so. And then
Aw.
Stacy. He had bright shiny moments.
I love Wings.
I really
That-
love Ned and Stacy.
That was one of our family dinner shows. Like
That's
it was,
really cute.
It was always on at like 5:30 on USA. So
Right.
dinner would be
That's
served.
really
It would just
cute.
be on the TV. We'd just let's watch some Wings. Good show.
I think that's how most people saw Wings.
Yeah. I will, for those of you in chat, and you too, Faith, I will be watching Tombstone soon. I think I've got somewhere.
Yeah, give it a shot.
I got it somewhere on something.
Probably.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it's that difficult to find.
I can watch
Yeah,
it for
for
free
now.
on IMDb TV.
There you go.
Not gonna do that.
I'm pretty sure I did not that long ago
Oh.
for free on IMDb TV.
Nice. Free on Netflix.
Love a Western.
My number 2 goes to... man, I know I keep on talking about the show, and I need to stop, but I'm not going to. It's Arthur. From The Tick.
He was one of my honorable mentions, for sure.
Yeah, Arthur just... The Tick is obviously The Tick. You know, he's nigh invulnerable, strong, blue, dumb, and there's Arthur. Like, in all iterations, Arthur is the grounding of The Tick. I try to remember which version of it is where the Tick's just sitting... I think it's the cartoon where he's sitting there, like... Arthur finally goes to bed after their first day of patrol. He's just watching TV, and he just sees, like, bombs dropping on TV, and he just writes in his notepad, "We need one of those." It's just... I mean, the Tick's such a... He's a character. He is a cartoon character. And Arthur being the guy who's just like, no, we are in the real world. Stop.
Right.
Just for a minute.
Right.
And I didn't think I'd like the Amazon one. The Amazon version actually turned out really well.
Yeah.
Shame they didn't get a 3rd season. But now
Right.
we have the boys, so only one
Yeah.
superhero property at a time. But Arthur's just, he's such a dweeb and a wussy, and all he does is, like, fly around. But he's still just, he's the Tick's best friend. The only one who understands him. And, just the sidekick that the Tick needs.
No joke. He definitely needs someone to temper his tickness. And Arthur is, like, custom built for him.
And I could not recommend the animated series enough. It's just one of the
Absolutely.
perfect TV shows.
That's one of my favorite shows of all time, for sure. And I was super bummed when it was no longer a thing.
Like, if you like Venture Brothers, this is almost the same vein, but with less references, I guess.
Yeah,
A
it's
little
like Proto Venture Brothers.
Yeah. Well, they all work together.
Sure.
Yeah.
So fucking clever. It was really smart. That was one of the things that I loved about the Tick. It was really fucking smart. Completely absurd and really smart. It hits on all the right notes.
One of my favorite jokes of all time is in the first episode of The Tick, where the alarm's going off. It's like, this looks like a job for Bipolar Bear, but I can't today. It's oh my god. Wow. The fact that they made that joke in a show aimed at children is crazy.
Right. But it worked. It was really clever. And Arthur is so neurotic and just skeptical and anxious, and he's really not especially interested in being a superhero, but he's just kind of found himself in these circumstances.
Well, no,
So he's very reluctant.
I don't think it's a matter of him not wanting to be. I think it's a matter of him, like, this is his drive. This is what he wants. But it's not supposed to be this hard.
Right.
Yeah.
He can't. He's really ill-equipped to be in this world, and he's trying his best. But he brings all of the realism and skepticism that the Tick utterly lacks.
I Wednesday
which I
says
think he needs.
Wednesday says the Tick is Venture Brothers with less Johnny Quest shtick. Well, I would counter that as
Yeah.
saying Venture Brothers is just the Tick with more foresight into how pop culture evolves.
I think those are both fair.
I think we owe all of this to Space Ghost, and that's all there is to it.
My heart. Fucking Space Ghost. There's a real one. Talk about fucking sidekicks. My number one is another Robin, but this one is Dick Grayson, the OG.
Yep.
Whenever I see iterations of other Robins, I just think to myself, fucking Dick never would have done that, you dumb shit. In my own stupid head. Because that's how great Dick Grayson was. I feel like he and Batman truly had the most synergy. He really is the quintessential sidekick when you think about dynamic duos. It's Batman and Robin. He really was the blueprint, and not only was he an extraordinary sidekick, he was so good at it that he was able to evolve and become his own superhero. He actually lived, which is a great testament to his sidekick abilities.
Not a lot of Robins did that.
No, and lived long enough to, again, evolve and grow into a completely different iteration of himself. But yeah, he's the sidekick, and he laid the groundwork for not just every other Robin, but certainly every other DC sidekick. You've got Speedy and Aqualad, and like there's a whole slew of them, and he pretty much set the tone for all of them, and just sidekicks in general.
Yeah,
And certainly as far as superheroes go.
he is the quintessential superhero sidekick.
Sure.
You know, that I can barely even think of another, like, not even just DC, but like superhero sidekick that is
Right.
anywhere near as prominent as Robin. Especially
Absolutely.
Dick Grayson. I mean, everything about him is just he's the sidekick. I mean, maybe not. maybe Crypto, the super dog.
Okay, right on.
But I mean, a lot of things were spin-offs. You know, you got like Superboy, Supergirl, you know, Flash and Speedy. Or no, Speedy was Green Arrow, right?
Green Arrow. Yeah.
Flash had
Kid Flash.
Kid Flash. So it's just like, oh, here's a kid version of you. But Robin was always his own thing, and I love the, like, Batman's all black. He's got this like big yellow thing in the center, so that's where you have to aim toward. They can see the yellow, you can aim towards that. And Robin's just flip flopping around like this bright red and yellow. He's like, hey, come and get me! I'll dodge what you throw at me. Like Robin's a G. Robin's awesome.
Absolutely.
And man,
Yeah, he set the tone.
He is the sidekick.
Yep.
Especially like, oh man, yeah.
No joke.
Respect.
Big ups to Dick Grayson.
Oh yeah. Also, fuck you to Jason Todd, bitch.
Poor Jason Todd.
Can't take a few crowbars to the face. Come on.
A fucking tragic figure right there. God damn.
My number one goes.
The fact that the fans fucking voted to kill him. I mean, god damn. Jesus. That's fucking brutal. I'm sorry, go ahead. You're number one.
Just imagine him being like a real person. It's like,
Right?
oh, how am I doing this week? We've got a lot of calls. This is the kill you pile of mail we've gotten. And here's this letter. I'm giving it to you because it doesn't say anything on it. It's just a bunch of spit.
Maybe if they gave him access to a time machine, and whenever he wasn't in the panel, the other characters asked, "Where's Jason?"
Jason was killed on the way to the Bat Cave.
Pretty much. That's pretty much how it went down.
My number one goes to, there's a... I don't have a whole lot of reasoning for why I picked him as my number one. I think it's someone who keeps the main hero in line. Someone has to make the hard decisions for them sometimes.
Sure.
And things may not always work out best for them, but in the end, they always come back. It's the Pink Pistol. Pete White. Sidekick to one Billy Quizboy.
I love that.
Oh, man. Pete White is one of my favorite Venture Brothers characters because he's just... Everything about him is the best and the worst at the same time.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry, not the Pink Pistol, Pink Pilgrim. That's...
Okay.
Yes, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I don't know why I wrote pistol. I've had a few drinks. The Pink Pilgrim. Pink Pilgrim.
Yeah, it's right on.
Pete White. Just everything about Pete is... he would resent me calling him a sidekick. No, Pete,
Yes, he would.
Pete knows he's a sidekick.
He would resent it. He
Yeah,
would
but-
hate that.
But he would understand that's what he is.
He wouldn't be happy about it though.
Oh, no. Welcome to the White Room.
You love that sideboard.
Man, him and Billy have just, like, the best friendship. It's just-
Absolutely.
eat the pennies, Billy.
They're hetero life partners.
Yeah, they have a very silent Bob and Jay thing going on.
Absolutely.
Quizboy wouldn't be anything without Pete. They work together so well, and they also hate each other so much. No.
Yeah,
if
it's such a weird codependency.
if anything, Robobo's the sidekick. But no, the Pink Pilgrim, Pete White, from his time as a college radio shock jock to his time
just
now
really cool.
to his time now as an albino.
Yeah, just an albino, I guess.
And that's why he's the sidekick, because St. Cloud is the main villain. Quizboy is his enemy. And
Right.
even St. Cloud had to eat his own albino.
Super cachet to have an albino. I love that pick. It's amazing. That's amazing because they're like not even the focus of the show. Like Billy has a sidekick, but he's not the main guy. They're like the whole separate thing.
Yep, they have their own
fucking love
episodes.
that
Yeah,
pick.
it's great.
I love that pick.
Like, man, if anything,
Tremendous.
like in the main cast, like the boys are brothers, so they can't really sidekick each other.
Sure.
I guess I would say 21 and Monarch, but they're villains, so it's more of a hench.
Right.
And the Blue Monarch was definitely a side arc, or
Right.
the Blue Morpho, a side arc.
Sure.
Like Doc and Brock, that's more just like constantly pulling your friend out of the fire than it is
Right,
sidekick
right.
hero.
Well, it's like employer-employee.
A lot of zeros at the end of this. Oh, it's in pesos. It's but yeah,
That's a really fun pick. I love that.
in a world of heroes and villains and superheroes and sidekicks, somehow Quizboy and the Pink Pilgrim are the most well-adjusted couple.
It's so true. They do. They have a totally domestic, codependent, fucked up relationship. It's really beautiful to see it portrayed on screen, even if it's very bizarre. It's a great pick. I love that so hard. Damn. You told her that we were gay? You love that sideboard. Like, whatever. So why are you even fighting it?
My audible mentions went to, of course, Zorak and Brack.
Yes! Fucking yes. God damn. God damn that fucking show.
I often get the Brack Cake in the Rain song stuck in my head.
There's so many good Brack tunes.
It's, yeah. And for more real life stuff, Rich Evans to the Red Letter Media crew. Love me some Rich Evans.
Okay.
And going old school, Ethel Mertz for Lucy.
Good one. Yeah, right on.
Just classic friendship. Yeah. You know.
Definitely. She was definitely like the sidekick for a whole generation. That's a great pick. We already mentioned some of my honorable mentions, but the one I have left is Jake the dog from Adventure Time.
Nice. Oh yeah, good one.
Yeah, and of course Bender from Futurama. So
Yeah.
just John DiMaggio, double cannon.
I'll do it if you can say my name 3 times. Jake, Jake.
He's fucking brilliant, and he brings great energy to whatever character he's doing. And those two wildly different characters are so fucking fantastic as sidekicks. And I love them so hard. I don't know that Bender brings the best out in Fry, but he makes the most entertainment of Fry. Jake definitely brings the best out in Finn, though. That's for sure. They're a great duo.
Making pancakes.
Making pancakes. Making pancakes. Take the bacon, put them in the pancake. Love you, Jake.
Oh, that's the
Good
best.
stuff.
And of course,
So
eternal
much.
shout out. See, a few I didn't put on here. I didn't put George in here.
Okay.
George Costanza.
Sure.
Because it didn't seem like a friend. Like, friendship and sidekickery are 2 different things. You know, that's why.
Okay.
Yeah. But man, George Costanza. Love that guy.
Yeah.
He's the best
No
at being
joke.
the worst. Wednesday's top 5 best Venture Bros sidekicks. Shore Leave, yes.
Okay.
Dermot, come on.
I don't know if I could call Dermot a side.
He's sidekick to Hank.
I guess, but I don't know. That dynamic's kind of. I don't like. It goes back and forth.
Yeah. My hands are lethal weapons. I would totally fight you, but my hands and feet are registered lethal weapons. No one's are. No. Pete
was
White,
fun.
The Alchemist. Love The Alchemist.
Okay.
And of course, 24.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. 24 is number 1. If he's not, well, he's number 2. He's number 1, but he's number 2. But he's also a henchman, so sidekickery, I
Right.
went more towards the heroic route.
Yeah.
Now, if we're doing top 5 henchmen,
Ooh, that's another good one.
yeah, 21,
No
24.
joke.
You were 24,
Speedy.
but you would go 24 over 21, huh? I do like 24.
Well, 21 kind of broke out of the henchman sidekick role. He kind of demonstrated more leadership.
Yeah.
24 never really got the chance to be any more than a side piece.
Man, 24 and 21 were just like, man, those guys. I guess if you want to say 24 is 21 sidekick, that would make sense.
Yeah, for sure.
They do have a Batman. They do have a Batman Jason Todd. Mom, call the dog.
Mom, good lady. Love it.
Is this them or are these they? Yeah, like I said, guys, next week we are doing our top 5 fictional weapons in fiction. Redundant. So if you guys want to, shoot us that, hit us up on our Facebook, on our Twitter. Ultra Cool Idiots. Also hit me up on Twitter at 1004 names. If they're cool enough, I'll read them out.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and also, I might forget, so if I don't read them out, don't feel slighted.
We have really good intentions most of the time.
Oh yeah, there's so many things I want to do, but then I get real sleepy.
I get distracted by shiny things, so you know how it goes. We're none of us perfect. I might go ahead and throw in some fictional real-world weapons as well. So buckle up, because I know the Nazis got real weird for a while.
No, number 5, gun. Number 4, bigger gun.
Yes. Sneak peek of my list.
Number 3, the bladed dildo from 7.
Jesus God.
little sneak peek there, guys. I think I'm blowing face like your entire. I'm just a spoiler alert for face list next week.
Yeah, a little bit, but that's all right. I'll have to dig deep. It's okay.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. This has been our list. This has been our show. Join us later in the week on Thursday. I have been attempting to beat retro games for the month of July because I'm tired of everything else that's happening. So I think this Thursday I'm going to look at maybe playing some Aladdin. I attempted Donkey Kong Country, but just wasn't feeling it. If you guys want to know what games you want to watch me playing, hit me up. Until then, I've been your host, Man of 1004 Names. Follow me on Twitter at 1004 Names. Faith?
And I am Faith, and you can find me on Twitter at Carly Pilkers.
If you like what we do, give us a like, give us a follow, tell your friends, tell your loved ones, tell your enemies, tell everybody you know. If you really like what we do, give us a buck or two, patreon.com/WCWTF podcast. All that goes right to all of us here. Help us maybe get Faith an AC unit so there's not just a big fan behind her the entire time. Who knows? Thanks for hanging out, guys. Love you very much. And until next time, we will catch you on the flip-flop time pants.